That was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Cincinnati Bengals. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Check your hot read. Mike, 50.
And right away, he lost the football. And that is not a sight they want to see. Joe Mixon, very slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with second and very long. Back to throw. King. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
16 yards on the play. It's now third down.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Mike's 49. Mike's 49. Hey, tight.
King from the gun, he'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Fielded at the 33. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Under 10, 10. 56, 56. Hey, exit. Middle.
From the 36, Allen throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Coverage there by the former first-round pick, William Jackson.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. Allen going to throw. And he is going to be wrapped up and slung to the turf. Carl Lawson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it.
Alert, alert, alert. All 52. Rush in. Hey, you got to get moving, man. Man, move it. You got to get that.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. Going up top. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
You have to have guys who can limit the other team's number of plays run and possessions. And no better way than an interception. And what a great way to break into the league.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 33-yard line.
Let's go now. 49 to the ending. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Shift, shift.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Got his open man. It's Carr. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
49. Focus, defense, focus. 49 the mic. Watch 49. Watch the run. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no. Go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. King. He's got his man here. It's Green. Green's first catch of the game. Good for a first down.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3 and out.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. 66. No, no, no.
They'll run on first down. Carr. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the Bills' 44-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Exit, exit. Tighten up, tighten up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. It's a second down run with Sanders. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
22 by 22. Hey, Alpha. Check. Lucky.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Mike 22 is coming. 22 is coming. Mike. Okay, X3. 218, chopper. Slam. 5 wide. 6. Monday.
They do go for it. Here's Allen. Airing this one out for Evans. And this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
Check 56. They can't hang.
On 1st down, it's Carr, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw is King. Operating from the gun. Throw left side complete. It's Carr.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
49, 49, guys. Mike, 49. Hey, defense, let's go.
Operating from the gun, King. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carl Lawson. In there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
17-yard loss on the sack. It's second down.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile.
I'm coming after you. Check 15, check 15. 49, check 49, check 49. Mark 22, Mark 22. Think you gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this?
On the draw, here's Sanders. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite third and long on the horizon.
Mike 22, he's coming, 22's coming, Mike. Yeah, regular.
On third and long, it's Allen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has, really. They come up here now, first down. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Allen fakes the give and keeps himself nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Bills on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, you! Hey, home. Hey, tight.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Taking a shot here for Mark. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. They'll get 34 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd down now, it's Carr, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Looking to throw. King under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Lorenzo Carter in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Motion out of the backfield. Motion out of the backfield. Double up. Alert. Double up.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Allen. Being chased out left. He'll run it. Room here to run. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Bengals grab it. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this, and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side. Carr. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
49. Mike, 39. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
King now from the gun on 3rd down. And able to find Green. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's King. From the gun, he'll throw. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
This time they'll just keep this on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. He's crossing. 5 wide. Check three. Slant. Half. Bravo.
From the gun, it's Allen. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Watch the edge.
Throwing again. Allen. He's got a man. That's Marshall. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before half for Allen. Airing this one out for Evans. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. 56. Done.
The play clock getting low, so Sean Payton says, let's take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
You got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Check 24. Check 24. Slam. Check the backer. Hey, I got him. That's me.
They'll run. It's Sanders. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down.
57. Push him back. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. 5 wide. Guys, it's our time.
Now on 2nd and 16. Allen. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 32. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
49's the mic.
Now King operating from the gun. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
I'm going to run you over. Hustle. 49's the mic. Watch 49. Danny. Kill. Short.
From the gun, King. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Watch the run.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it second and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's stopped after a gain of one. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of one there. This Bengal defense, they passed the first two tests. Now it's third and goal.
Here we go.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Check three.
Going for it with Sanders. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. His fifth touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to pull a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Safe. Watch twins. Check. On the ball.
They're going to try and run. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. They'll run on first down. It's Carr. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
The throw taken in by Hamilton, and they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. 22, check cover.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. King looking to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
27, Mike, 27. It's been a long day for you. Switch.
Operating from the gun, King. Finding Green complete. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, of that marker. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
56. Hey, high 7.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Allen to throw it. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Allen now throwing on 3rd and long. And this is caught by Evans. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
Switch. Check safety.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11.
Let's go, defense. Let's go.
They'll try the left side. It's Carr, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Here we go. Pittsburgh. Stop your whining.
Right back to him on first down. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
On first down, Allen. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Shift. Eyes up.
On second down, it's Sanders. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Hey, Charlie.
Now Allen. Looking deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 24, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. From their own 2, Charles, they opted to throw it instead of run it. We saw the outcome.
And I think what a lot of teams count on is defenses to stack the line of scrimmage, trying to force a safety or force a turnover there. But if you've got a good defensive front, you just allow them to play the run, and everyone else stays ready, and they were, and they picked that one off.
57 to Mike.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Mike Evans, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will shave one more off this lead. 2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And hold everything here. This one is not over yet. They return it for the touchdown.
They continue to fight, don't they?
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game.
Makes the score. Bengals 25, Bills 20.
So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They'll keep it on the ground. Carr. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready? 56. Mike's 56. Oh, you got deep? Check 31.
On 3rd down, it's Carr. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Zach Taylor, a new breed of head coach. He's going to go for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he is going absolutely nowhere, in the wrong direction. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
It's going to be a long day. Shoot. Wide. Get wide. Check 99. Jump. 56. Lucky. Half.
From midfield, here's Allen. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Half 85.
He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Johnson, the intended target. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Carr. Well, they will finally get him down, and now penalty flags coming in as well. And they might get half the distance here to boot. Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
That's trash.
They'll keep it on the ground. Carr. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Mike's 49. Mike, go. I got you. 49. 49's the Mike. 49's the Mike.
That one looks like he'll throw here. This will be caught at about the 5. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow. And for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way.